behind the recent murders. After Tony left, Jack recorded his car model and license plate. Back home, Jack tested blood and confirmed his suspicion. He went straight to a payphone and called the police anonymously. The next day, Jack got a call from the police station, but it was Tony on the line. He was a cop. That's when Jack realized he couldn't trust the police anymore. He decided to investigate on his own. Jack drove to the reservoir, and sure enough, he found a woven bag. Inside was a woman's body. The case hit the news fast, and Tony was watching from the shadows. He decided to get revenge on Jack. Later, he showed up at Jack's vet clinic with a cat in his arms, but the clinic was already closed. Right then, Jack's daughter Mary passed by. She said her father was sick and couldn't work anymore. As Mary walked away, Tony came up with a new plan. He pulled up beside her in his car, offered to give her a ride home, and sweet innocent Mary got in without a second thought. He was a serial killer, but he ended up with Al's.
A man accidentally discovered that college students, regardless of their looks, always seem to have attractive girlfriends. Driven by this observation, he stole someone's student ID and replaced the photo with his own, effectively assuming a false college student identity. With his fake student ID in hand, he began dating beautiful women daily. One day, he noticed an advertisement for a high-paying tutoring position, which sparked another scheme. Despite having only an elementary school education, he applied for and secured a job as a tutor for a general's child. Upon meeting, the general immediately gave him several $100,000 as an advance payment and promised additional rewards if his child passed the college entrance exams. Before the student arrived for their first lesson, the man broke into the safe and stole all the money. Unfortunately, the housekeeper caught him in the act, forcing him to grab an ashtray and eliminate the witness. Using the stolen money, he treated different women to lavish experiences at upscale hotels daily. His luck ran out when he encountered the general while leaving one such hotel. Despite wearing sunglasses, the general recognized him immediately. The man abandoned his date and fled as the general fired several shots, all of which missed. The perpetrator managed to escape, but now found himself a wanted fugitive. To avoid capture, he retreated deep into the mountains where a kind-hearted young man took him in, providing food, shelter, and teaching him how to make buckwheat noodles. The two spent their days perfecting noodle recipes together. 6 months later, they ventured down the mountain to purchase supplies. While dining at a noodle restaurant, the man overheard that the owner was seeking a son-in-law to marry into the family. Upon seeing the owner's beautiful daughter, he became instantly infatuated. Driven by ambition, he suggested opening their own noodle shop, but his young friend refused, insisting they perfect the authentic buckwheat noodle recipe first. The man then lured his benefactor to a cliff edge under the pretense of gathering special ingredients. When the A man accidentally discovered into the noodle shop owner's family. Within a few years, he had him in, providing food, shelter, and teaching him how to make buckwheat noodles. The two spent their days perfecting noodle recipes together. 6 months later, they ventured down the mountain to purchase supplies. While dining at a noodle restaurant, the man overheard that the owner was seeking a son-in-law to marry into the family. Upon seeing the owner's beautiful daughter, he became instantly infatuated. Driven by ambition, he suggested opening their own noodle shop, but his young friend refused, insisting they perfect the authentic buckwheat noodle recipe first. The man then lured his benefactor to a cliff edge under the pretense of gathering special ingredients. When the young man was busy gathering plants, the villain pulled out a knife, cut his safety rope, and sent him plummeting over the edge. Returning to the cabin, the man stole his friend's ancestral recipe book and went to the police station to get a replacement ID in the young man's name, but with his own photo. Using the stolen techniques and identity, he married into the noodle shop owner's family. Within a few years, he had expanded the business dramatically, even making news headlines. What he didn't know was that his former friend had survived the fall, but lost his memory after being rescued by a woman. The two eventually married and had a son, living a modest but happy life despite their poverty. One day, the amnesiac young man spotted his betrayer in a newspaper and became agitated, repeatedly calling out the man's name. His wife, assuming her husband knew this person, sought out the villain the next day to inquire about her husband's past. After learning that his former friend was still alive, the man poisoned their water supply and set fire to their house. The young father awoke just in time to save his son with his last bit of strength, but when he went back for his wife, he never emerged from the flames. Though the villain had finally eliminated his former friend, the son witnessed him starting the fire. Now the boy is determined to exact the most brutal revenge possible against the man who destroyed his family. A man accidentally discovered that college students, regardless of their looks, always seem to have attractive girlfriends. Driven by this observation, he stole someone's student ID and replaced the photo with his own.
Hello?
Yes.
Do not make this mistake that I did. It was 41 degrees and I didn't want to go outside, so I brought instant noodles with me to the office. I couldn't get the hot water to work, so I put it in the microwave even though you're not meant to, and turns out there's actually a safety lock on the tap. I was so embarrassed when my manager told me about it. Anyways, I was so hungry, I ended up scoffing down my food that I got hiccups. I'm actually considering making an instant noodle drawer in my office. What do you think? Do not make this.
Just after the girl was pushed into the operating room, someone rushed in carrying a blood transport box. Her father became very anxious, but the doctor said the surgery had already been completed successfully. However, from that day on, the daughter never woke up again. The father was furious and demanded an explanation, but all he got was an offer of compensation. So the man took the hospital director to court. He had smelled alcohol on the director before the surgery, but without proof. The case was ruled as a medical accident. The man refused to give up. He protested loudly at the hospital gate, but after 1 year, nothing had changed. One night, after being
आज मैं इस कंटेनर की हेल्प से पिज्जा हट में सबसे इलीगल चीज करने वाला हूँ, तो इसीलिए मैंने इस बड़े से कंटेनर को अपने बैग में छुपा के अंदर एंट्री ले ली। अनलिमिटेड पिज्जा ऑफर चल रही है।
हाँ, चल रहा है, वो भी आज ही लास्ट है।
और अनलिमिटेड पिज्जा ऑफर लेने के बहाने मुझे देखना तो ये था कि इस कंटेनर में मैं कितना पिज्जा भर के घर ले जा सकता हूँ। तो बस अपना पहला पिज्जा पूरी ईमानदारी से खाने में लग गया और करीब 2 पिज्जा खाने के बाद मेरे से खाया नहीं गया, तो चुपके से अपना कंटेनर निकाला और पूरे स्पीड में वहाँ के एम्प्लॉइज को चकमा देके पिज्जा डालने लगा। और तभी बड़ी दुविधा थी। फिर हमने सोचा हटाओ यार, पिज्जा पे कंसंट्रेट करते हैं, और फिर एक के बाद एक अनलिमिटेड पिज्जा लेते गया और कंटेनर में डाल के इससे भी मन नहीं भरा तो पेप्सी को 8 बार रिफिल करवा के अब तो केचप का डब्बा भी खाली हो गया था। इसलिए मैंने बाकी का पिज्जा अपने गरीब दोस्त को पकड़ा के अपने टेबल पे नजर घुमाया तो देखा कि हमने टोटल 7 पिज्जा ले लिए थे। बदकिस्मती से उसी दौरान कुछ एम्प्लॉइज को हम पे शक हो गया, और तो और लोग भी वहाँ से जाने का नाम ले रहे थे, और इतना पाप करके मुझे नर्क में नहीं जाना था, तो वो पिज्जा लेके कुछ ऐसे बच्चों के पास गया जिनको शायद किस्मत से ही कभी पिज्जा नसीब होती है। आज मैं इस कंटेनर की हेल्प से पिज्जा हट में सबसे इलीगल चीज।
This girl records herself growing up every birthday because she wants to see how different she looks every single year. But as she grew up, it looked like she didn't even age a day.
It's my birthday. I'm 11. It's my birthday. I'm 12. It's my birthday. I'm 13. It's my birthday. I'm 14. It's my birthday. I'm 15. It's my birthday. I'm 16. It's my birthday. I'm 17. It's my birthday. I'm 18. It's my birthday. I'm 19. It's my birthday. I'm 20. It's my birthday. I'm 21. It's my birthday. I'm 22. It's my birthday. I'm 23.
आज एक नहीं, 2 नहीं, 3 नहीं, बल्कि 7 बार आलू उबाला भाई लोग मैंने। कर डाली मैंने अब तक।
25 सेकंड में 12 पानी। तो आज है चैलेंज 25 सेकंड में 12 पानी पूरी खाने की। अगर ये 25 सेकंड में 12 पानी पूरी खा पाता है तो मैं इसे दूंगा 500 रुपए। तो फिर चलिए शुरू करते हैं इस चैलेंज को। अगर 25 सेकंड में ये 12 पानी पूरी नहीं खा सका तो ये मुझे देगा 20 रुपए, क्योंकि 20 रुपए की 12 पानी पूरी आता है। तो शुरू में तो मैं ही फास्ट दे नहीं पा रहा था, लेकिन जैसे टाइम पास आता गया तो मैं जल्दी पानी पूरी देने में लग जाता हूँ। ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये 12 पानी पूरी खा ही लेगा 25 सेकंड के अंदर में, और मुझे 500 रुपए देने ही पड़ जाएंगे इसको। और आप लोग भी कमेंट कर देना कि अगला चैलेंज किस तरह का लाऊं। और देखते ही देखते 25 सेकंड से ज्यादा भी हो चुका था और ये 8 पानी पूरी भी नहीं खा सका था, और मुझे तो जल्दी पानी पूरी देते ही नहीं बन रहा था, क्योंकि इनके प्लेट में पहले से ही पानी पूरी भरी हुई थी। तो इस चैलेंज के तो ये नहीं जीत